All right.
We're all right, right? Yes.
Yes.
Welcome,
Yes.
welcome to Living by Oak Values, where we don't just talk about values, we embody them, unlocking what makes us stronger men, fearless leaders, and unstoppable humans. And my name is Gary. I'm the Superior Mailman, and we are here to keep it real. We are real, raw, and ready to rebuild. So let's dive in.
All right.
And go ahead.
So, my name is Rob, and this is kind of like unique for us because this is kind of take two on these topics of tranquility. And I don't know what your plans are exactly for this topic, but when I think about tranquility, I think about calm, peaceful place,
Okay.
almost like yoga, meditation, math, that type of stuff.
Sure. Want me to go from here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, you said, we're going to do things a little differently. And we were going to talk about tranquility and trustworthiness and how they come together into what we do. So, and for tranquility, like you said, meditative state or calm is defined as a state of being tranquil, free from agitation of mind or spirit. And that, I believe, is where growth happens. If you are in a tranquil spot versus a chaotic place where you can absorb and take in all that's going on around you and really feel everything inside of you because you are tranquil. What do you got there?
So you, when we talk about tranquil,
Hmm.
it was hard for me at first to get rid of the crazy monkey mind running in
Hmm.
my head.
Yes.
And the best way I can describe it is like I didn't have peace. And I remember telling a guy in the group, it took me 3 days camping by myself
Hmm.
before my brain stopped just trying to tell stories upon stories upon stories upon stories.
Hmm.
And it was priceless. It removed when my brain finally deflated. It gave me like an inner peace that I can
Sure.
handle it. My mind doesn't have to run off in 100 different directions. I can just ah, and be there in the moment.
And I think that that actually makes you unique because I think that when I first got into this work and I had the monkey mind, my hair was on fire. 3 days in the woods would have been 3 days of creating some crazy stories in my head of what is going on outside the woods. And that's where the value of trustworthy comes in. So if you have a trusted person that you can talk to, a person that is trustworthy that can calm you down and help you realize that these are all stories. And once you are calm, you will move past it. And that's what it took me. It took me in the beginning. I was like you had said, monkey mind, hair on fire, everything was going crazy, and I had all these stories of what was going on, what was she doing. It was crazy, and they were all stories. But it took people like you in my life, people like other coaches that I could trust, that would be like, Gary, you are creating a story in your head.
So, how did you get past that story? What did you do to your brain?
Once I knew that I could trust you or Charlie or Dennis, and they were telling me that these were all stories, I had to trust you guys though. once I trusted that you were correct, and so all right, so let me take one step back. So once I realized that half of these stories were not coming true,
Mhm.
I had a portion of me that believed that these were stories, but my brain
Mhm.
kept making the stories up and making them bigger and better than ever. But the ones I
Mhm.
saw that were not coming true, I had to have trust, not only in you, but other coaches, and then trust in myself. And then that peace would come, that tranquil time would come. And that is when I grew into the man that I am and the man that I'm still becoming.
So, what are some things that you do now, especially when your mind goes wandering in six different directions? What what would be a technique that you say, "Hey, this is the first technique I go to"?
Meditation.
Mm.
So well, I don't know. I do breath work daily. That gets me to a calm center.
Mm.
But if and I try to meditate on a regular, not I don't do it every day. I wish I had time. But so when things are chaotic, I do meditate, and that's the first thing I do that gets me down to where I need to be.
So, I don't remember where I read it, and I'm not going to quote a book, but it was like the world is chaos.
Hmm.
And when we learn how to ride the storms like you ride a surfboard,
Hmm.
that is when we become at peace or in tranquil. And
Hmm.
it reminds me that it's like the world is never going to be tranquil. You're the one person that has to be tranquil themselves. And
I
I
agree.
have to remind myself that pretty often, especially when something happens. It's like, breathe, breathe, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. Getting upset isn't going to make the situation better. Telling myself stories isn't going to make myself better. And I remember being in the hospital. I wrote you a text that said, "This is a story that's in my head. Help me BS it," kind of deal. And you did. But it was just a story that was running in my head going, my daughter's not going to make it out of here in one piece practically. And it can be just as simple as sending a text to a friend saying, "This is a story running in my head. Help me get over it." Taking a deep breath. It helps me center myself sometimes.
Hey,
But only go
hold
ahead.
hold that thought for 1 second.
Okay. As Gary leaves,
I'm good at that.
remember everyone that small steps leads to growth. Never stop moving forward and you'll never stop growing. Welcome back.
Thank you. So sorry. Back to what you were saying earlier. My
Yeah.
microphone wasn't plugged in. Um, Back to what you were saying
You
earlier. Did I
sounded fine.
sound okay?
Yeah, you sounded
Oh,
fine.
oh, interesting. Okay, I just realized it wasn't plugged in.
Mm.
So yeah, what you were saying earlier with the world will never be, the world will always be chaos.
Yes.
You're the one that has to be calm and tranquil. Absolutely. I can't even envision what a non-chaotic world would look like. If we were all tranquil, we'd be sleeping or dead or something.
Yeah.
Every one of us.
Yeah.
Zombies. I don't know. But yeah, it's exactly like you said with it's ebb and flow. You gotta just ride the wave, so to say.
Mm. The the other type of tranquility that's only kind of the other spectrum, not
Hmm?
riding the wave,
Okay.
refusing to ride somebody else's wave. And I would always get entangled with somebody else's drama. And I
Mm.
noticed that my family taught us that. And so I would pick up where my mom or granddad or whatever would make drama, and I would get involved with it. And I would get involved like my life depended on it. But as I got into this stage in my life, I have realized that I needed boundaries so that I don't enter somebody else's drama,
Hmm.
or boundaries so that people know how to reach me, not as a boundary as a wall, but more as a boundary. This is the way the line moves to come talk to Robert.
Mhm.
And so, and that helps me not ride their crazy train and keeps them from trying to piggyback on my crazy trains, I guess. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm as much as it is chaotic world, it's also not riding somebody else's chaotic world. That is also very tranquil, is learning to stop riding somebody else's world.
It's funny, so I don't want to make this episode about surfing, but I will.
Oh,
Um,
it comes back perfectly to surfing, though.
you ride someone else's wave, and you're gonna get hurt.
Yes,
There is. It's like
yeah,
what's like when you go bowling. There's bowling etiquette. If the guy next to you is bowling, you don't bowl till he's done. If another guy's in front of
yeah,
you and catches that wave, you do not catch that wave. You do not do that. That is
yeah.
disrespectful. Don't do it. So it's like bowling and surfing have taught us how to maneuver in this world of chaos.
The world of chaos. Yes.
Being tranquil in the world of chaos. That should have been the title. Yeah, whatever.
Well, you can go back and correct it actually.
Whatever.
Post. So you actually brought a good point, as you saying, hey, the world of bowling and surfing
Hmm.
kind of teaches us how to ride the waves of chaos. But how are you teaching or creating moments of calmness with your daughter, who sometimes has a lot of chaos in her own world?
Oh, I'm sure her world is full of chaos, and there's
Yeah,
nothing that I can do to stop it, but I can curb it or attempt to shift it. And what she journals on a regular, and I
mm-hmm.
believe that that is something that she picked up from watching me. She does breath work with me, not always with me, but if I bring it up and we're together, we'll do breath work together, and that calms her down. Um, and just think, just asking about her day, and as she tells me what she did, and then the stories come. Well, so and so did this, and so did that. How is this important? I want to listen to your story, but how does what so and so did affect you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this, and this. I'm like, okay, how does it affect you personally? Well, it doesn't really.
Mm-hmm.
So by making her aware, I think. So like you said with your family, like you would, ride that wave with your family and you would fight like it was your problem. That's
Yes,
how
yeah,
teenage girls are. And when you have you then well, at least with my daughter, and I make her I say to her, how does this affect you personally? And then she's like, well, I guess it doesn't. And
mm-hmm.
then it's like the sun comes out. There it is. The light comes on.
Mm-hmm. So as you say, hey, the sun comes out. But if
Mhm.
you look at it from a surfer's perspective, the wave just died, and that's the end of the story.
Never the end of the story for the server. There's another wave coming.
Well, yeah, there's another wave coming, but it may not be your wave, you see, and so there goes that wave. So
Okay.
yeah, interesting, interesting that you we use surfing for tranquility.
Yeah.
But
It's a very tranquil sport.
so does she ever ask you like how do you stay calm in a chaotic, messy world?
She's never asked me that I'm aware of.
Mm,
I think she knows. I think if you were to ask her, if she was here right now and you asked her, she would tell you that I meditate.
mm, But does she see you staying calm
Absolutely.
and tran-
Tranquil.
tranquil?
Calm and tranquil. She knows that I'm the calm one. That if there's something going on that she needs calmness, she knows to come to me.
Mm.
And she knows that if I am not calm, that something is really off. And
Mm.
it's not too often that I'm not calm.
So the last example I have is where I have used being calm to escape the chaos of the
Okay.
world, not feel the pain, not feel the emotion that I should be feeling. And it's
Okay.
almost like hijacking my feelings. Stay calm and it'll go away. Stay calm. It's almost fear driven. Stay calm so you don't feel the emotions and it'll all go away soon.
So to me, that does not sound like calm. That sounds like biting your lip, waiting for the pain to pass,
Yeah, it
which
is.
which is faking it.
It is. Yes.
So back to surfing, you can go on a surfboard and intentionally miss every wave, but you will feel the pull. You will
Mm,
feel the ebb and flow of the ocean. You can't go in the ocean with a board and say, I'm not going to ride any waves, but I'm also not going to feel the tides pulling me because you are.
mm,
Can't avoid it. So when you are forcing yourself to stay calm and not feel all the feelings or the emotions, you are not really calm. You might look calm, but in your head, I can promise you that you are not calm.
man.
And that's where trustworthy comes in. If you can trust the process, trust that whatever is chaotic right now is going to pass and that you will be okay, because there is a 99.9% chance that you will be okay. If
Mm,
you can trust that, then you can stop biting your lip and stop forcing yourself not to feel
mm.
and ride the wave.
Actually, do you remember when we started?
Tonight or this whole thing?
Well, tonight
I don't know. Why?
because I was sitting there going, "Oh shoot, I think it's already been just 20 minutes ago."
It could be 20 or no, not 20 yet.
20 yet? Yes, almost 20.
Well, so
But
then let's touch on trustworthy.
all right,
We just kind of did a little bit. We can go a little more to trustworthy and then bring them together for a quick 1-2 and how that
all
goes
right,
into what we do with coaching. So
okay.
I'll read trustworthy. The back of the card says worthy of worthy of deserving of faith and confidence to be relied on as being honest and truthful. I don't know, I like that one. But so I got yesterday I pulled tranquility and trustworthiness, two different definitions, and I got tranquility is a calm environment where growth, conversation, and connection can happen. But you have to have the trustworthiness involved, and that is the character.
Mm,
In a tranquil environment, people start to notice consistency of character. When someone proves reliable and honest, they become trustworthy. This trust is what deepens relationships and steadies people.
yes,
And that's exactly like I said from the start. You know, when I had you and I had Charlie and Dennis, I could trust you guys, and that's when I became steady.
yes, yeah. Um, and actually, the conversation we had before this about building relationships.
Sure.
That's what I think it was based on this topic here is becoming trustworthy so that you can build those proper relationships. So that you're dependable and people know it. So that you're the type of person that when people are around you, you give off that feel of tranquility to
Hmm.
let them relax. Because
Yes.
sometimes people come to you to relax. And I never had that happen to me until I started this work.
Hmm.
Especially even when we started early doing these values, I didn't have people come to me just to want to relax around me. It's a
Hmm.
very odd feeling, but it is. But they trust you to be calm in their storm,
Yeah.
and it was
Absolutely.
very unique to feel that. So,
And I don't want to run any longer than we have to, but what you just said with, you didn't have that group that would come to you. It's like if you've turned that around, if you walk into a group of people that are chaotic,
mhm,
like even for me, I'm a very calm person. I walk into that group of people that are chaotic. It takes me about 2 to 3 minutes. I have to look at the situation, see what's going on, look around, do some deep breathing, and then I can relax. But if I just
mhm.
walk in there and if it's like 50 kids or something, forget it. I definitely need to do some breath work and get centered, and then I'll be okay.
So, do you know of a person right off the bat that it's like every time you saw them, you were calm to be around them? They gave off that tranquility vibe.
I would say there's one person, it'd be Charlie.
Mm. And was it based on trust?
Not at first.
Mm.
Not at first. He actually came to visit me, and it was the most awkward time for me because he just put a thing out there with the men's group that we were in, and he was doing a road trip across America, and who wants to see him? And I was like, me. And he came. I was like, this. I didn't expect him to show up. And when he did, I
Gotcha.
was like, I don't know what we're doing. Are we coaching? Are we hanging out? This is really weird. But he was calm the whole time. It did whatever we wanted to do. If we wanted to talk about something, if we wanted to just go hang out at the beach, whatever. And
Mm.
so at first it was his calmness, not trust came later.
Gotcha.
So
Thank you. That was pretty cool. That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
So how these two relate to what we do, I pulled that yesterday. So tranquility is the soil. It makes growth possible. Without tranquility, every other value gets distorted. Trustworthiness is the root. It keeps the tree upright, and without trustworthiness, the other values lose their credibility. So together, tranquility creates the environment where values can breathe. Trustworthiness proves the substance of those values in action.
Yeah.
So by us being trustworthy and calm, we can help other men become the men they want to be. And you can see that every Thursday night if you join our men's group, 7 p.m. Motivated men.
Yeah. Motivated men. Yeah.
So
Or subscribe to our newsletter on our website, northmancoaching.com.
yes.
So, all right. And that's a wrap. True tranquility and trustworthiness isn't about escaping or getting away from or hiding. It's about carrying that peace with you and trusting the process and trusting others who are done that process. So as
Hmm.
you go about your week, pause, notice, and be intentional. People around you will feel it. Uh, Big things are starting to happen. Conversations that are going to cut deeper than ever. New episodes, more unfiltered guests. We are going to go live, not more often. I think we're going to go, well, we're going to go live mm, more often. I don't know that we're going to go live more often. I don't know if that sentence is quite
I don't know if
correct, but we are going
that's
to
not
be
feasible.
louder and bolder. And we want you in the room. Your story matters. So reach out to us at northmancoaching.com. Say, hey, I want to be on your podcast. I got a story to tell because your story matters.
Yes, it
So,
does. So whether you I feel like you just kind of said my part though. Whether you've been with us from the beginning or you're new here, welcome to the crew. Check out our Facebook page, the Northman Crew, Legacy Crew, Northman Legacy Crew, and grab your next level dad packet and stay tuned at northmancoaching.com. And remember, you are casting a vote every single day. So, are you retreating? Are you showing up? Are you selling yourself short? Make every vote count. Until next time, stand up, speak the truth, and stay authentic.
Good job, brother.
Thank you. Have a good one.